I just came to Bombay with my 2 bags. Ever since I've been a child, my only dream was to be a model, and that was a ramp model. Like Touchwood Pyaar Ki Kahaani was an epic show. In fact, today
Absolutely.
Pyaar Ki Kahaani
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
completed 13 years.
Today?
Yeah, today itself.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
the fans have been.
Title.
Ekta Kapoor, who gave me the opportunity. I am in this industry today because of Ekta. And see यार कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है. This is my favorite quote. I say it all the time. अभी जब हम एक्टर्स हैं तो that time also they think बहुत easy है. Like आके एक दिन हमारा काम करो फिर आपको पता चलेगा जब आपको 18-20 घंटे देने पड़ेंगे. I travel all over. Like I was recently in Maldives. I was recently in Thailand. Just came back from Udaipur. Like so people are seeing a lot through my page.
Right.
The comment
right.
I face the most is like, you live in Bombay or what? अब ये बॉम्बे में रहती है क्या? Like that's what I face a lot.
Right.
Because I am also seen a lot around me, and it really saddens me that today also we live in a society where people are saying, अरे ये तो divorcee है, अरे इसका तो बच्चा है, she's तो coming with a baggage.
One thing that always comes to my mind when I talk to her or when I talk about her is exemplary. Her journey from being an actor to being a person who spread, good connotations about body positivity and a lot more other things. Today, I'm indeed lucky to have her on my show. Thank you, Vahbiz, for doing this.
And kind words.
Yeah, no, honestly, firstly, I want to ask this. I want to begin with what expectations do you have from this conversation that we're going to have today? Let's just start with this on a lighter note.
Well, I think according to my friends and my family, I'm one of the most talkative person ever. So I love conversations.
That's what we want, the wit chat show, because of course we would not want celebrities to come here and just sit here and just show their good profiles and we've had people.
I think I've come on the perfect show, and before the camera rolled, I think you and me were vibing pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm a conversationalist. So I'm expecting to have a good candid chat with you and have some fun.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just put it out before we begin the conversation that I have worked for Vahbiz before this, and she's known as one of the most kindest, one of the most sweetest, and one of the most warmest person. But to begin with, Vahbiz, I want to start with asking you that when you started out your career as an actor, you always wanted to become an actor, or were you an accidental actor, is what people usually say? Like, what was it all about when you started out your career?
True, actually, what you said is very right. I am also an accidental actor. I just came to Bombay with my 2 bags. Ever since I've been a child, my only dream was to be a model, and that was a ramp model. And at 17, I started in Pune. I got a good platform. Pune also had a very great market at that time. So, in fact, I used to only do ramp, and I was a bag of bones if you see my old pictures. So, actually, I never thought I'll be an actor. I just came, and my journey just started. But I think I owe everything to my parents. Because actually it was my mom and dad, like especially my dad's a businessman. So he is very he thinks business, and he always asks me like what next. So I was like, what next? I'm doing well in ads and I'm doing modeling, and I used to do a lot of ramp in Bombay also.
Yeah.
But my father said no, nothing doing, otherwise come back to Pune. Like what, that blackmail was always there.
Right.
So I said okay. I started auditioning, but I think God is kind. I have a black tongue. I told my dad if I will do, I will only work for Star One. I don't know, I had some condition
Star
that
One,
I will only work for Star
One, yeah.
Because they had such wonderful shows
Yeah.
like Dil Mil Gaye and all that, Jaane Pehchane Sachnubi. And to my luck, I got Pyaar Ki Kahaani.
Exactly. And honestly, when we look at your journey, Vahbiz, of course, मतलब बहुत सारी number wise shows शायद कम होंगे, but जो भी काम किया है आपने उसे impact छोड़ा है. But as you said that you came to Bombay to become an actor. First you wanted to become a model, then you became an actor. But then when we look back at your journey, why is it that why is it the number of shows that you've done in all over these years, and of course with huge amount of sabbaticals, why have you been choosy, or you just did not want to work after doing one show? Why is the number of shows that you've done is less?
Definitely the number of shows I've done is less, and it's not been intentional. Like Touchwood Pyaar Ki Kahaani was an epic show. In fact, today Pyaar Ki Kahaani is completed 13 years.
Today?
Yeah, today itself.
Amazing. Wow.
The fans have been.
Title.
fans have been sending edits and so sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's been a person is always a result of their choices. That's what my dad has also always taught me. I guess it was that more, because I guess everyone's quite well aware that initially I gave a lot of focus to my personal life. So that's why the sabbatical came. Because at that point my thinking was a little different. Initially, as I said, I didn't want to be an actor. I became an accidental actor. But yeah, I think now I'm having a whole new journey.
Right.
And I'm a kind of person, I can't be confined to one thing.
Right.
Like today, I'm also having my events company. I am doing a lot of top events in the city. And I also do my influencing, which has also given me a lot of popularity to, another level and a lot of opportunities to travel the world. So the thing is, I also like to do different things. That is why, like, yes, my shows have been, lesser, but I don't believe in only doing one thing. And especially after COVID, I think a lot of us learned it the hard way.
Right.
God is kind that I come from a good family. I was safe at that time. But I realized that there's more you should do. Because
Right.
this profession is a little unstable.
Right.
Which is the harsh truth.
Right.
So I've been focusing on other things.
Right. So there are a lot of things that I want to ask you, but just like right now you said that today the iconic Pyaar Ki Ek Kahaani completed 13 years. What are those memories that you want to rekindle today on this platform? And because I think we are indeed lucky that we are celebrating the 13th anniversary of the show. So what are those memories of the show that you always cherish, or if you could tell us like a couple of anecdotes that you've had with Sukirti and your other co-stars?
Everybody actually, like right now, only before coming here, when I was seeing the edits, like I had tears in my eyes because I felt like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
Because see, when the team is good and our chemistry is good, I think that also adds a lot to the show.
Right.
And it was my first show, so
Right.
obviously it's special to my heart. And the whole team, our director Partho Mitra, Miss Ekta Kapoor, who gave me the opportunity. I am in this industry today because of Ekta. So there are too many memories because it was a young show, and we used to, since it was a vampire show, we used to shoot full night.
Oh.
And the kind of fun we used to have because it was a young team. So there are too many memories, yaar. I can't really, put it in words.
Right.
But the masti, the pranks, the scenes we used to act out together. And then that's what I'm saying, full night shifts, since it was a vampire show.
Yeah.
So that was a different phase of life,
Right.
And we all were like one family. Like कभी इसने कुछ लेके आया मॉल से या किसी ने घर से खाना लाया, साथ में खाना, साथ में मस्ती करना, pranks करना. And today also, like Siddharth Karnik is one of my best friends till today. Like just 2 days back we were doing lunch together.
Oh.
So I think it gave me some really wonderful relationships also, friendships.
Right. Okay, coming back to like what you said, like now you are also into the influence in business, like you've become an influencer as well. But when we talk about influencers per se, there is this whole wrong connotation about influencers. When you talk about influencers, कि लोग बोलते हैं कि यार ये तो टिकटॉकर है या तो ये रील्स बनाता है. People, I know in certain section of the industry as well, people do look down upon people who make reels. You have been one person who have been doing both successfully, acting and influencing. So what do you have to say? Have you ever been subjected to the judgments of कि अरे actor है but अभी influencer क्यों बन गई है? Have you ever come across such comments?
No, not that anyone has said something on my face. In fact, most of them envy me. I've seen most of the people asking me, do you even live in Bombay? Because they say I'm only traveling. And honestly, by nature, I am a vagabond. So I think this is the best thing to happen to me.
Right.
You see, when we are acting, we are playing a character.
Absolutely.
People till today know me only as Panchi. I was recently telling Ekta ma'am, I said I should change my name to Panchi. Like right now, I was in Delhi 2 days back also, and everybody's like, oh my god, you're Panchi. The show has been 13 years, but still people call me Panchi Dobriyal only. So, but with influencing, I got to be a lot myself.
Right.
I'm not playing a character. It's an extension of my own personality. I always, anyways, had a good lifestyle. Like, I love going to good restaurants. I love traveling. So it gave me the opportunity to do more. And in fact, a lot of people from the industry call me and they ask, okay, do you know any places where we can visit, any places where we can eat? So that means you are doing something good.
Right.
So I've not faced any problem as such. And see, yaar, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है. This is my favorite quote. I say it all the time. अभी जब हम एक्टर्स हैं तो दैट टाइम ऑल्सो दे थिंक बहुत ईजी है, लाइक आके एक दिन हमारा काम करो फिर आपको पता
It's not
चलेगा जब
easy at
आपको
all. It's not
18-20
easy at all.
घंटे देने पड़ेंगे. So I don't think any profession is easy. If people are
Right.
thinking that about influencers, that's also a misconception, because making content on a daily basis or every week, it's not a joke.
Right.
You know, you're coming up and bubbling with new ideas. That's what I'm saying. I travel all over. Like I was recently in Maldives, I was recently in Thailand, just came back from Udaipur. Like, you know, so people are seeing a lot through my page.
Right,
The comment
right.
I face the most is like, you live in Bombay or what? अब ये बॉम्बे में रहती है क्या? Like that's what I face a lot.
Right, right. But as like just like I mentioned, but we cannot deny or we cannot take away the fact that there is a wrong connotation when it comes to influencers. What do you have to say about that? Like there are these influencers who are being looked down upon. Like for example, we recently saw in Big Boss or in any other reality shows, वो लोग हमेशा कहते हैं कि यार ये लोग तो influencers को लेके आ गए. There is a wrong connotation about this. What do you have to say about that? Like I'm sure that just like actors, influencers are also a part of your community.
No, but then if there is a misconception, I think it's very well been proved wrong, because I have followed the entire Big Boss OTT, and who won eventually? Elvish Yadav, and even Abhishek was one of my most favorite contestants. So I mean, I guess they have a separate community of themselves. They have a separate popularity of themselves. So what is there to look down upon? In fact, I think whoever's looking down upon needs to change their conception.
Right.
Because since now I am giving it my all. But of course, there is a separate respect also, because I'm an actor also. So in my case, it's a little different. But when I saw these guys on Big Boss, I was like, wow, who are these guys? Like, have you seen their popularity? So I think there's nothing to look down upon at all. In fact, they are bringing more value now.
Right.
Like, if there can be models, there can be actors, why can't there be influencers? Everybody has a separate
right.
community.
Absolutely.
I think people who are saying this, seriously, I think they don't know the hard work and the reality behind it.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
it's not sounding in a very good light to me.
Right, absolutely. Okay, Vahbiz, talking about you, your personal life has been a roller coaster ride, and one thing that has been the highlight of your entire life is the way you have celebrated being single. The way you've emerged out as the strong woman who has not lost her livelihood, her liveliness, her bubbly nature, and has like you've never subjected yourself to the bitter side of the harsh reality. But what is that message, or what is something that you want to say, or you want to what is that message that you want to give out to all the women who are watching you right now, who have been through the similar phase that you have been through, and they still find it difficult, because still we live in a patriarchal society when people say that a woman is still incomplete without a man. So what do you want to say what you want to say to all those women out there?
Well, thank you. Yes, I have emerged stronger. That's what most of the people say about me. And it has not been easy. I have also come out of the ashes. But all the people who are watching this show or watching me right now, I can only say one thing to them, that it's not the end of life. Life moves on. Like at one time, even I thought my life is over. This is the end of life. But I discovered myself. I discovered a whole new side. Like, that's why today you're asking me, why such limited shows? No, because what happens is, this is a misconception that people think if you're not an actor, you're not working. I am working. I come from a business family. I have event company. I have my influencing. I have my traveling. So in fact, I'm doing more than ever I was doing before.
Right.
So I have discovered that I'm a whole new woman.
Right.
I myself didn't know that I had so many plus points, and today it has made me discover myself and teach myself self-love.
Right.
So I can only say one thing. Like, I saw this one tattoo on someone's hand. It kept saying keep moving, and that's something I really believe in. Keep moving.
Very true. Very
you
true.
will find your path.
Very
you will
true.
find new opportunities. You will find new doors will open for you.
Yes.
And just keep moving. Everything will fall in place. Whatever God has taken away from you, He will compensate.
Right.
And that I've seen from my own journey.
Absolutely.
So
And we all are very proud of the way you've conducted yourself and the way the woman that you've become today.
Thank you so much.
But Vahbiz, coming back to the point, but still, when a single woman who's just had a divorce or whatever, whenever she makes a certain decisions in her life, be it getting into a new relationship or even being casually attached with somebody for her own pleasure or whatever, you must have seen you being a victim of all of these things. So what have you learned, and how did you face all those the catastrophe around you during that time?
Actually, I quite agree with you. Whatever you are saying, however modern the society becomes or anything, women are still facing it. I'm facing it in many ways too. They still think, oh my god, divorce is a stigma, or like if the woman has a child, even more difficult.
I
So,
agree.
I mean, all I can tell you, like that's what I'm saying from my experience, is that, do not let anybody break you. Believe in yourself.
Right.
I don't think having a man is the end of the world. And I feel whichever right man has to come by, he will come by and he will understand you. Because this can only happen if the right people are not around you.
Absolutely.
And what you're saying is not wrong. This does happen. I'm also facing many things. But as I said, if there are right people who love you, who understand you, like somebody wants to get married to you in the future or anything, they will, stand by you.
Right.
Simple. Till then, you be a rock, you be strong, and you stand up for yourself.
Right.
Because I have also seen a lot around me, and it really saddens me that today also we live in a society where people are saying, "Arey, ye to divorcee hai, arey iska to bachcha hai, she's to coming with a baggage." I can't resonate with this thinking, honestly. Right. But you're right, it does happen.
Right.
But you can just be strong.
Right. And being strong is the only option when you're left with no option, when you have no other
Yes.
choice rather than being strong.
Yes.
And that is something that someone has rightly said, and that's actually universally applicable to men and women both. But talking about the hardships in your life and now how the way you've evolved from them, Vahbiz, how has your perspective towards a couple of things they've changed? Like, to begin with, like, how do you look at relationships now in your life? Like, whenever you think of somebody new, or there must be times when you think, okay, I need somebody to chit chat with, to spend my time with, to have some quality time. What is the reception that you get from your own people? Like, let's start with your family first.
Well, I would definitely say I've been very blessed because I had a very strong family background that supported me. My mom is like my best friend. My mom and me, though, like whoever sees us, they think we're sisters only.
Yeah.
Touch wood, because she looks also so beautiful and young people think she's my sister. So we both are like besties. My mom and dad stood by me. Whatever I came out of, I only came out because of my mom and dad. Secondly, a very good set of friends. Like people who say friends are not important, I think that's absolute nonsense. I've always said this one statement that friends are the family you choose.
Right.
So I have some wonderful friends who stood by me in my bad times. In fact, that is the time that taught me that these are my true friends.
Right.
And I was quite lucky that 90% of them stood by me.
Right.
And yes, you also sometimes realize that with whatever happens to you, that this is your battle and yours alone.
Absolutely.
So that's why I tell you have to be strong.
Absolutely.
You can't always be dependent. You have to realize that, boss, in the end, you come alone, you go alone. This is my battle, and I'll have to stand for myself.
Right.
Because it's not necessary that every time friends and family will understand you.
Absolutely.
But if you believe in yourself, then the world can't stop you. Simple.
Okay, so on that note, Vahbiz, I also want to ask that, of course, you come from a very good family, you were secure, you were financially secured, and, you knew, because you were educated, you had the correct understanding of the city. But I'm sure that, when you entered the city as a 17-year-old, of course, you were not very well accustomed to the other side of the industry. They might have try to take advantage of you in whatever ways, monetarily or whatever. Did you come across anything like that, and how did you face it, and how did you fight with it? Like, what was your first instinct when you landed yourself into a situation like that?
See, honestly, I will be very truthful. People say a lot about many incidents they've gone through, but why should I lie? I have not gone through anything. I think me being from a good family was a very big advantage and sometimes a disadvantage to me. Because at the same time, I hear a lot of rumors about me that she's from an affluent family, she doesn't need work. I'm like, why am I sitting here in Bombay and struggling with everybody? Why I don't need work? Many people have tried to spread this rumor about me. But at the same time, my dad's name has always saved me. Because when I stepped into Bombay, already people knew my dad pretty well.
Yeah.
And touch wood, his name has been a savior to me. Nobody tried any stunts with me.
Okay.
Like, because if there was anything, I would say it. Because I think by now you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Like
That's what
because-
we love. The unfiltered Vahbiz is what we love, and
That's
what's what.
I don't have a filter. You're very right. So I would have definitely said it to always give youngsters inspiration. But honestly, I didn't face much. Of course, I faced a few things like people cheated me for money and all.
Okay.
Like that did happen with me when I came to Bombay. Like few coordinators used to call and they say, "Oh, congratulations! You know what? You got this ad, and we have to go to Australia and this and that." But listen, they are asking for some money and just for some security, and you have to give the money, and then the ad is on and this and that. And I asked my father, and my father gave me the money. But my father said, "Remember one thing: once you give the money, consider it gone." That's why I get to learn so much from my dad. Because when you have such a big, powerful personality in your house, you get to learn a lot.
Absolutely.
So I'm good enough. That person cheated me. And I have realized one thing, which I would like to tell all the youngsters: nobody takes money from you. Don't give money to get work. In fact, if you get work and then you give a cut to the coordinator,
That's
whatever,
completely
that's a different
your
thing.
right, yeah.
But don't get cheated. Nobody gives money, because then that person called me again. "Oh, hey, you got an ad again." Then I understood. And then I said, "Listen, I don't have money." So then that person said, "Okay, just give me 2,000 rupees, give me 1,000 rupees." Like, that person acted so desperate. So I understood. I was like, I've got cheated. So my previous money though went. But then I didn't fall in the trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are many different kind of things that happen around. Of course, I do get a few wrong DMs and a few wrong emails, but then I mean, it depends how you react to it.
Right.
So I mean, it's absolutely, eventually, it's your choice. Nobody's putting a gun on your head.
Absolutely. Vahbiz, recently there's this actress who was recently a part of a very big film, a very big celebrated film. She said that her character also became the talk of the town, and she spoke in one of her interviews that
Okay.
there was a time when a pap tried to body shame her when she was actually walking into her car with her actor friend, and
Oh, I know who it is.
yeah.
A friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So she said that बीच में बैठ के दोनों को दबा दोगी क्या, और उसने तभी कन्फ्रंट करके ये बात बोली थी कि ये बात जाके अपनी बीवी को बोलेगा.
Yeah, I know who you're talking.
Yeah. So has you're somebody, you've always accepted your body, and not just you've always preached that, you've propagated that, you've also inspired other people to accept their body. But I'm sure that Vahbiz, when you're working in the industry, there must have been times when people must have given you shitty and bullshit excuses about you being slightly because what happens is, most of the times people, they don't have the guts to come and tell you the truth. They use these they become the scapegoats. They use these shortcuts to come and to convey the thing to you. So I want to ask you this, that have you been ever a victim of all of this? Have you ever faced all of this in your personal life?
Definitely. I faced it a lot. In fact, once I had gone to a party, one pap made me also cry. Even I had come back home crying only. Like अभी काफी put on कर लिया है, काफी मोटी हो गई हो.
He said that मोटी हो गई हो.
He said that at one event.
He had the audacity. Oh
Yes.
my god.
And I was so disturbed. But honestly speaking, as I said, there are sometimes some battles which are yours alone. Okay, nobody is a fool.
But you didn't confront. Yeah, but you didn't confront.
I was not that strong that time. Don't become strong just overnight.
Yeah, that's true.
You become
that's
strong with a lot of things when you have been literally broken by the society. That is when, that's what I told you become a rebel. You come out of the ashes. I'm not this girl. I was not like this Pele.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that I also suddenly started putting on after Pyaar Ki Kahaani, not by choice, because of some medical issues which I'm battling till today. But that doesn't mean I need to go out there and announce everybody about my personal life. But what I feel is also the change that I have seen, because just 2 days back in Delhi, I was on the jury of a plus size pageant. And it was such an emotional moment for me.
Amazing.
When I saw those women walking and full of confidence.
Amazing. I'm sure you must have seen, you must have seen a glimpse of yours in one of them.
I swear it was very emotional for me. And the girls came up to me and they said, "Ma'am, we look up to you so much. You have somewhere sown the seeds." Because seriously, when it happened to me, it was too new.
Yeah.
And pehle to I used to only cry.
Yeah.
Because even in the serial they started using derogatory lines against me.
For your character?
Yeah, for my character also. ये मोटी है, ये है, and forget it. And then it went on after that when I was searching for work, even after Pyaar ki Kahaani. Nobody was like very, very sweet to me. Obviously, people were very harsh. And I started working out. I was like killing myself, trying everything, but nahi ho raha tha because by then I developed a few health issues. So eventually, like, and even family and friends, initially it was not easy for them also to accept. It's not that family also overnight accepts you. Even for them, it was like, okay, our daughter was so thin, like, you know. But then I now feel with time, I had to take a stand.
Absolutely.
I can't just keep crying, no?
Yeah.
I think the thing about me is I have never been a victim. I always am a victor. I am not somebody.
Oh, I'm gonna steal that. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. Wow, amazing.
I don't
amazing.
play victim too long.
Yeah.
After a point when I finally could not take it anymore, I put my foot down. And whoever tried to, you know, body shame me or say mean remarks, I started giving it back. And I started also speaking about it in the papers and the media because I thought it was very important.
Yeah.
Because,
Have you been into a situation where like somebody like a director or a casting director or an actor of yours, actor friend of yours or a co-star might have tried to take a dig at you in a way that, you know, that, like, of course.
Yeah, see, but this is I won't say definitely that it is their also fault. This is how society is, and that is why I loved Rocky and Rani. What they showed na, like later on, even Ranveer Singh understands that Golu bolna, ye bolna is not polite at all.
Yeah.
But it is been a perception from, like, once I was doing a show, I will not name. One director came and he was a new director that time. He had just come in between the show, and suddenly while he was just giving us our positions and all, then he's like, "Arey, bulldozer! Arey, tum bulldozer, tum idhar aao." And I said, "Excuse me." Like, everybody knew that I've lost it. There was a silence. I said, "Are you talking to me?" And he was talking to my co-actor also, when he was very fat. So I said, "Sorry?" I said, "Never." I said, "मेरा नाम है, आप मेरा नाम लीजिए, and never talk to me like this." Like, I said it in front of the whole set. Like, everybody went silent.
And did he apologize or something?
No, he realized, but he didn't apologize. But I said,
But I'm glad that you gave it back to him, because he will never do that mistake ever again in his life.
I started giving it back only over the years. That is why today people don't tell me anything.
Amazing.
They are like, in fact, they started then taking inspiration from me women, because I have gone through this. Like, and how can you call me bulldozer in front of the whole set? Like, I demand respect. Give respect, take respect. Simple. Like, वैसे तो दुनिया में हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें बोलते हैं ना, बोल सकते हैं. Like, and tell me one thing, like, is being whatever plump or being on the heavier side, is that a crime?
It isn't.
Like, is it a crime?
Of course it isn't.
So I started speaking up. I started speaking up in the papers. I started speaking up in my post. Even in my post, like, people see I wear swimming costumes, I wear bikinis. Like, people are like shocked. Like, most of them write to me that, "Ma'am, we get so much of confidence looking at you." And today, I told you, just 2 days back, I was on the jury of a plus size pageant, and they told me that whenever we want to wear bikinis, we go to your page, we see what is ma'am wearing, and you've given us a lot of inspiration.
Amazing.
But
Amazing.
I've also been run down a lot.
Amazing.
And after that, I said, "Sorry, dude, not putting up with it."
Amazing. And I think this is not just a message for all the women or men, but everybody who's dealing with issues. Like, there are a lot of people who are racist, who are intolerant, racism and body positivity and a lot of other issues. People do comment on each other's shortcomings in a way. I would not call it shortcomings, but appearances. Just because you're well groomed, not beauty. There's nothing to do with beauty, but just the way you've groomed yourself. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Vahbiz, you've been
What is that? Which elephant?
The elephant in the room is so Vahbiz, we all know that you've been saying no to Big Boss since a lot of years now.
Oh.
And don't worry, I
was wondering what is the elephant in the room.
No. But you've been saying no to Big Boss since a long time, and of course, a lot of people have their own reasons of saying no to the show, because they feel that they caricaturize their personal lives on the show. They use it for their own benefit. How do you look at it, and why have you been saying no to it in the first place?
Well, see, never say never. I have not said that I'm going to say no forever. But I just feel I am not mentally prepared, which that is what I've actually said. Because, see, to go there, you have to be very mentally strong, you have to be physically strong, you have to be strong, in short. Like to, be ready for anyone to say anything about your character.
Yeah.
So I think that is one place where I get the jijak, and
Right.
I have been going through my own journey, over the years.
Right.
So I just wanted to heal myself. I wanted to find myself back. I wanted to do things that make me happy. So I don't think I was even in the mental space to go there.
Okay, so on that note, Vahbiz, we have a small segment for you, which is called the Wit Fire Round,
Oh
as
my
told to me
God.
by the producers. Round hi bolna.
Okay.
So
I'm scared.
I have a couple of questions, and I really want you to be candid in this
Don't
one
put me in
because
the spot. I hope it's easy.
no, see, the questions are a bit controversial, but अभी यार आप
Oh no.
you are known as the unfiltered Vahbiz, so
I'm
ये
not
ये
known as a
ये
controversial person.
नहीं, but this will not get you into controversy. Don't worry, your publicist will kill me otherwise. He's a good friend of mine.
You notice I'm nowhere in any controversy, okay? Anyway, let's
Okay,
try this.
yeah. Okay, so the first question is the meanest thing a casting director or a producer has said to you till date.
Oh, the meanest thing. Well, I don't know. I think somebody met me at a party, and then there's not a casting director, but yeah, there's this one a talent agency who handles a lot of talent. And the next day, the guy calls me and says, "अरे थोड़ा सा cheese balls कम खाया करो और तुम इतना खा रही थी last night and this and that."
अरे बाप रे.
I was so hurt. I'm telling you, initially, even I've been very hurt by many people.
Yeah.
And because
I can
I'm
imagine.
chubby, like somebody called me and he's offering me my ex-husband's sister's role. He's like, हमें कोई गोलू ही चाहिए थी तो तुम्हें I'm like, I'll play my husband's sister. Like I'm going mad. I've gone through a lot.
Okay. And now here you have to name the person. One actress you think is overrated in television.
No way am I naming anyone.
Come on, Vahbiz. Come on.
What nonsense. I get along very well with everybody. I'm not saying anything.
Okay. चलो ये क्वेश्चन को हम कॉम्पनसेट कर देते हैं. हम हमेशा से सुनते आ रहे हैं कि टेलीविजन में ना बहुत सारे कैट फाइट्स होते हैं. कभी कोई किसी दो हीरोइंस की सेट पे जमी नहीं. अब ठीक है आपकी नहीं हुई. आई एग्री, लाइक यू टोल्ड मी दैट you're a very lovable person and we believe you. बट किसी को देखा होगा झगड़ते हुए या फिर ठीक है you don't name them but at least take us through that scenario. Tell our viewers, give them some masala यार. Come on, Vahbiz, come on.
Honestly speaking, मैं deny नहीं करूँगी politics बहुत होता है. I don't know but cat fights, मैंने cat fights तो नहीं देखी लेकिन मेरे साथ भी हुआ है कि I've entered as one of the main roles and this and that and suddenly after 1 month you are in the back not even speaking one line. आपको कोई lines नहीं दी जाती. Like I was like, okay, did I enter for this? Did I sign up for this? और मैं तो मना ही कर दिया. मैं set पे जाना ही छोड़ दिया. Because I'm here to act and I'm here for an actor, but just because of somebody's politics, like obviously किसी को मेरी entry पसंद नहीं आई है, and suddenly from the main I was put in the back without any lines. So you go through this kind of nonsense, but cat fights and all at least मेरे sets पे नहीं है.
Okay, one character you feel you could have played better than the one who actually played it on screen.
I can't think.
Come on, Vahbiz, ऐसा तो होता है.
You are putting me in trouble, यार.
अरे ठीक है ना, होता है, बहुत बार ऐसे होता है. मतलब बहुत सारे ऐसे एक्टर्स हैं जो बोलते हैं कि हमें कुछ होता है. शाहरुख, of course, nobody can be as good as Shahrukh. Of course, that's a very wrong example. But you have aspirations, right? So,
well, whatever characters I played have been fantastic, very tailor-made. But I don't know. Nothing is really going to my mind right now.
okay, no television show, no film, no.
I think films may many times you feel it, but I can't remember anything. Like, I'm not giving a particular name, but yes, definitely in movies, like sometimes you definitely feel people are so overrated. And like you could have done a better job, but we are just not star kids now. Unfortunately.
Okay, so one reality show that you would choose if you were offered next, Big Boss or Kahaani?
No Khadro Ke Khiladi. I'm scared. No Khiladi. I'm a big dalpo. I see one spider in my house, so I'll run away. But yeah, I think Big Boss is something that really is worth exploring.
Okay.
Like even right now, I'm currently watching the current season as well.
So,
And actually, whenever they call me, they always tell me the same thing, that you're a good speaker. Like you are a strong contender. Actually, I know I'm a strong contender. But it's just about me making up my mind.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna just narrate, like I'm just gonna say a couple of names that I have written in my list, and you have to say one word that comes to your mind when I say the following. Okay. The first one is Urfi Javed.
Ulfi, she is a fire.
Okay.
She's a friend of mine. Fire.
Okay. Rakhi Sahib.
She's the everyone knows drama queen.
Okay. Third one is Jennifer Winget.
Jenny, I worked with her in Saraswatichandra, so absolute sweetheart, absolute professional.
Okay. The fourth one is Ridhima Pandit.
Ridhima, these are all my co-stars. Ridhima also, she's one soft-hearted cutie pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and what an actress, man. What an actress. Like that robot ka role, I think nobody could have justified it.
Okay. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we had Vahbiz Dorabjee on our show. So Vahbiz, thank you so much once again for doing this. And this has to be one of the most enriching conversations for me because, of course, this was the first interview of the day.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I've learned so much.
Thank you.
I have enjoyed this interview. Was a journey for me. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being so unfiltered and I think every human being, not just women or men, but every human being should learn how to be unapologetic the way you are in your life. So thank you so much for doing this. On a parting note, a message to all our viewers who are watching you right now on our show, and of course, some might be smiling, some might have tears in their eyes. What is something that you wanna say to all of them?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It was a very fun, candid chat, exactly how I like it. So, and I think we both have vibed really well. Thank you for having me on your show and looking forward to collaborating with you often. And I think what you just said, one thing that just came in my mind is just be unapologetically you. Like that's what I would like to tell everyone. Like just be yourself and the world will adjust.
So that on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode, and do stay tuned to watch such more interesting episodes only on the Wit Chat Show. Thank you.
Hey, see, you did it. You just had to be a little calmer. Hi, this is Vahbiz Dorabjee. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the Wit Chat Show.